Troubling new report about the death of a music legend. An autopsy will be performed today on Prince's body after he was found dead in his home in Minnesota yesterday. TMZ is reporting that the superstar had allegedly been treated for an overdose of the painkiller Percocet just 6 days before his request. We cannot confirm that report at the time, but that report is certainly out there. Prince's representatives say that Prince had been battling the flu earlier this month. Here with us to talk about it, Dr. Ernest Patti, senior attending physician of emergency medicine at St. Barnabas Hospital that is here in the New York area in the Bronx. Doctor,
thanks, Heather.
So we have this autopsy taking place today. What can we expect to learn from that?
Well, autopsies take a while, especially to get the toxicological reports back, but we can hopefully get an idea as to what actually caused the demise of Prince, you know.
Okay, so his camp is saying that it was the flu, but there are also the reports about an alleged drug overdose. Again, we can't confirm that at this time, but could there be a confluence of events here? Sure,
there definitely can be. You know, a lot of these things are speculative, but, you know, the influenza still kills people, and we see deaths from it every year. It's a serious disease, especially in someone who may be overworked or exhausted, maybe running low on their immune system. He was also in an airplane. Maybe he had issues with blood clots or pulmonary embolus as well. All these things are in the differential.
So even a blood clot, if it were something like that, could take days before it could eventually kill somebody?
Potentially, depending on the size, where it's located. You know, these things can all work together to create a more serious problem.
Now, there are reports that he went to that hospital, or actually we know he went to the hospital in Moline, Illinois on Friday, but reports that he left early, that the doctors wanted him to stay there for 24 hours, but that he left after just 3 hours. What could be the significance of that?
Oh, I mean, any diagnosis could actually require you to stay in the hospital longer. It could have been a complication from influenza, say maybe pneumonia. But if he did in fact use medications and required overdose for that, I mean a treatment for that, it's possible that they wanted him to stay for observation.
Okay. Another topic I want to ask you about, that is the CDC has come out with a troubling new report about the leading cause of death in this nation, the 10th leading cause, and that is suicide. There's a new federal report on this. That rate has risen sharply among Americans over the past decade and a half. Between 1999 and 2014, it's been a 24% increase in suicide, and women, the rate rose the fastest. What's this all about?
Yes, tremendous increase. I mean, they look at a number of factors. One of them could be the fact that the economy hasn't been doing so well, and there's been an economic downturn. You know, people are losing their houses, losing their jobs. These things can all contribute to that.
But
when you can't provide for your family, though, it's a problem.
But you think about that for men, not women. Why women in this?
Well, women also. Many households have both men and women both out in the workforce, you know, two-income houses.
Of course, as so many of them are, but you just don't really think, you don't associate a higher suicide rate with women than you do men here.
I guess that's true, looking at the study's initial statistics. But I have to tell you that today, with the pressures that we're all facing, both economic, both social, things like that, social media, that's also increasing the rates for young children, I'm assuming, you know, when I think about that.
Doctor, so let me tell folks about that. A tripling of the rate among young girls under the age of 14 for suicides in the past 15 or so years. What do parents need to know, and what is that all about?
Parents have to really be in tune with this. You know, you have to look at changes in behavior of your children, whether they become withdrawn, less social, less outgoing, you know, fluctuations in their health, things of that nature, any type of substance abuse. All of these have to be investigated.
Well, what shocked me as a parent is some of these are very young children, even as young as 5, 6, 7, 8.
Well,
how do you explain that?
I would imagine it has a lot to do with the exposure they get, both from, you know, media, internet, computers, cell phones, things like this. All inundate children with images and issues that, you know, should be reserved for later on when they're a little more mature and able to handle this at a later age.
Sure, it's hard to keep an eye on those things, but it's really good to let parents know that that is a concern and is a reality. I mean, according to our government's own statistics, even for those very young children.
Definitely. We have to communicate better with our children. You know, family dinners, spending time together.
Those are the best.
Exactly. Really important.
All right. Keep up those family dinners as often as you can. Dr. Ernest Patti, thank you so much. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again real soon. Look forward to it.
Thank you.